The first reason that applicants fail the GOGOKID demo lesson is because if you're preparing for the GOGOKID interview, then you're gonna wanna stay tuned for today's video because I'm going to be sharing the 3 most common reasons why GOGOKID applicants fail the demo lesson. These tips that I'm sharing today, I'm not just basing off of helping hundreds of applicants through the application process. I've also confirmed this with the GOGOKID team as well. What's up? I'm Danie and I am the top GOGOKID recruiter because I share many helpful resources with my applicants to help them get hired. My mission is to help people build lives of freedom through teaching online and also building scalable brands on YouTube. And if you would like my list of essential tips to getting hired with GOGOKID, you can grab that in the link above or in the description box down below. All right, so let's dive right into talking about the GOGOKID interview. The first reason that applicants fail the GOGOKID demo lesson is because they aren't enthusiastic enough. You do not have to be a crazy high energy teacher in order to work for GOGOKID. I personally prefer to work with older students. Time goes by for me so much faster. I'm able to just speak in a normal voice. Though I love my 5-year-olds, they're so cute. I cannot do that for hours on end. So I love older students. I'm naturally not super high energy when I teach. And if that's not you either, that's totally okay. But you want to be that version of yourself though in the interview. I know it feels ridiculous, but if it feels ridiculous, you're doing it right. Remember, you are teaching this lesson to like a 5-year-old. So you want to make sure that you are very engaging, you're very enthusiastic, you bring that high energy to the interview. That is going to help you get hired. Now, a pro tip, and I watch a lot of my referrals recorded demo interviews that they send to me to review before they do the actual one. So if you're my referral, that's something that you can send to me and I'll review it for you. And the main tip that I give to my referrals is you need to have high energy when you are talking about yourself. That first 10 seconds is really important. If you don't go in and have that intro where you're sharing, hey, this is my name and this is my experience, and you're not enthusiastic about it, they watch so many GOGOKID demo lessons a day. You want to stand out in those first 10 seconds, and you do that by having high energy. If you're excited about what you're talking about, the person that's reviewing it is going to be more excited to listen. Now, if right now you're like, what? When do I introduce myself? What do I do with a GOGOKID demo lesson? Be sure to watch my full breakdown slide by slide of the GOGOKID demo lesson. You can watch it in this video here. If you watch this video in full and you follow my instructions, you will kill the demo lesson. The second reason that applicants fail their GOGOKID interview demo lesson is because they don't use TPR and use it consistently. So TPR is total physical response. If you want a longer breakdown of TPR, you can check out this video, but TPR essentially means that you are using hand gestures to accompany what you are saying. The slides you're teaching for the GOGOKID demo lesson are meant for a 5-year-old with very limited English, so you need to be acting out the things you're saying, like what do you see? And with TPR, it doesn't really matter what hand gestures you pick. There's no right hand gestures, but you then want to stick with those hand gestures. So in the demo lesson, when you're saying, what do you see? Then you want to keep that consistent. If that's what you've decided means, what do you see? You don't want to do the next time, what do you see, right? This is something that sometimes I'll make a mistake too if I haven't practiced. So you want to get it down. Okay, this is what I'm deciding. This is going to be what do you see? And then keep it consistent for the rest of the demo lesson. And have TPR to go along with all of the questions that you're doing so it's very clear to the student what you're asking, even if they have limited understanding of English. The third reason that applicants fail the GOGOKID interview demo lesson is because they do not use props. Props show that you have given an effort. And so you need to have 2 types of props. You need to have props that go along with the demo lesson, and then you need to have props for a secondary reward. Now, if you're one of my referrals, I send you cutouts that you can use for props for the lesson, and then also a fun secondary reward that's a face, and then you can put things onto the face with each star you give out to the student. So be on the lookout for an email from me with all of that if you've used my referral link. And if you have already started the application, you can just shoot me an email at Danie@HeyDanieJ.com and I can email those over to you. Now, if you already have a referral or you want to make your own cutouts and props and secondary reward, then I highly recommend using Canva. Canva.com is a wonderful place to get props, to create a secondary reward. I love for a secondary reward having ice cream, and then every time you give the student a star, then you add to the ice cream scoop. That's another great idea. But again, props really just show that you have put thought and time and effort into the interview. If you show up to the interview with no props, GOGOKID will think, maybe next time, okay? So show that you put the effort in by having both props that go along with the lesson, like a clicker, and then a secondary reward. Now, some other common reasons that applicants fail the GOGOKID interview is because they speak too fast, so make sure you are speaking very slowly. Also, using too many filler words. Really try to work on keeping your speech simple. That's why I recommend practicing by recording yourself and reviewing and making sure you're only using words that are necessary to get your point across. Remember, you're using TPR, so you don't need to use filler words. And then also not getting enough student output. Ideally, you want the output from you and your student to be 50-50. So 50% of the time you're speaking, 50% of the time he or she is speaking. So I highly recommend, again, that you watch my full breakdown of the demo lesson because I show you how to really increase that student output. But that really just means asking the student questions and making sure that you're using TPR to get the student to respond back to you. Now that you know the top 3 reasons that applicants fail the GOGOKID interview, not high enough energy, not enough TPR, and not using enough props, you are ready to go. So go watch the demo lesson breakdown, shoot me an email if you would like access to my resources. You can also sign up with my link and I will email them to you. And if this was helpful for you, it is so helpful for me if you can give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you next video.